This is Peter Lau. Today is Wednesday, December 18th. I'm at 4585 West 133rd Street, Hawthorne, California. I'll be entering through the right side cleanout.
I'm going to see what you're doing.
Yep. So we have a 4-inch cast iron cleanout. Here's the cap for the cleanout. In a brief moment, we will be transitioning to the end of the sewer line, as that provides the clearest video. We're about 91 feet into the main sewer line, where it ties in with the city sewer. We're noted at a depth of 6 feet. I'll be making my way back towards the access point. So currently what you're seeing on the screen, that's the portion of the sewer lines that the city will take responsibility for. This is running parallel with the street. It's a 6-inch clay pipe. And as I pull back, we're going to be on the saddle, and that's basically the curvature of the pipe coming from the property being inspected that meets the city. And then typically in most cities, the homeowner is responsible for the saddle and any portion prior to that. The distance indicator is noted on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, and we'll be pulling back slowly so we're able to see everything that's going on in the sewer line. So we're noticing some debris buildup on the right-hand side of that joint. Not going to be causing any blockages at the present time of inspection. What I am looking out for is any kind of offsets, root intrusion, and cracks within the line. Those are some of the more common things to see in this type of material. And we will be seeing some root intrusion within the line, as well as offsets. Once again, I am pulling back from the middle of the street, so the distance indicator on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, that number will be decreasing as I pull back. So I know that these don't look like roots on the right-hand side of the screen, but that's actually because there's little branches that are growing into the line, and then debris and sediment will collect onto that, which is why it doesn't look like roots, but debris does not form like that normally. So we're just seeing some roots along the clay portion of the line, and here you can see on the top portion of the screen that there's roots growing in at the joints of the clay sewer line. So the reason why roots are able to grow in is typically because the joint at the clay piping becomes off-centered over time, typically due to earthquakes, heavy construction, and things of that nature. And I will be recommending that the line gets hydrojetted, which is a pressure washing of the interior side of the line. And with pushing back, you can see more roots on the top portion of the line. And the best way to find out how often you have to clear out the line is actually to ask the current homeowner, see how often they have to clear out the line due to the root intrusion. So far we've seen some offsets and roots within the line. Still working our way back on clay piping. The majority of this video will be clay, and there will be a small portion of cast iron. So more roots growing in. And the hydrojet is a pressure washing of the interior side of the pipes. Basically, it's going to use high pressure water to cut through debris and roots that have grown into the line. Root intrusion is a living and growing thing, so you can expect to have to do it maybe once every year or two, depending on how fast the roots grow back in. And that always varies by the type of vegetation that's growing in proximity to the sewer. And just more offsets noted within the clay. One thing I forgot to mention, water was ran prior and during the inspection. It's been about 10 minutes since any water has been ran. And that's to check for a few things. I want to make sure that the roots growing into the line isn't causing any obstruction of water flow. And I'm also checking for stagnant water in the line, as that could indicate an issue with sloping. With about 25 feet remaining, still working our way back with clay piping. Making our way back from the turn. We have some stagnant water at this portion. As you can see that the water is not flowing away, but it's not significant enough where it'll cause any blockage at the time of inspection. Making our way back up the access. So there's a little bit of lens flare because of the water. And then this is the portion of the line that has the cast iron. And then you can see at the drop it turns into clay immediately. So this will conclude the inspection of the main sewer line. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to call, text,
Peter, you
or
see
email
any
me.
ABS?
Thank you.
How are we looking up there?